Now back to today's frightening topic. Have you ever heard strange stories from your country? Well, maybe there are some that have been passed down through generations, but others only came to light when explorers or historians discovered them by accident. And with all the amazing places around our world, that's happened a lot. Today we'll explore 3 such strange stories from Ireland. But before we begin, make sure you've subscribed so you won't miss any of our spine-chilling episodes. First, let's look at the Banshee of the Black Rock. It's not hard to believe that tales of the supernatural exist in Ireland. After all, it is considered one of the most haunted countries in Europe. Banshees, also known as Bean Sidhe in Irish, are female spirits whose presence signifies death in the family or community. Their wails are supposed to foretell death and misfortune, which is why when they show up, everyone cowers in fear. Now imagine you're alone and you hear a blood-curdling scream in the middle of the night. What would you do? Most likely run away from that place as fast as possible. But for those who have heard the call of a banshee, it's not that simple. You see, their cry is a harbinger of death. That means whoever heard it will die soon. So the only option would be to wait for their demise. However, there are different opinions about what happens next. Some say the person will die soon after the banshee finishes her song. Others say the person can live a long life even after hearing the cry. In fact, some Irish people consider being chosen by a banshee an honor. Why? Because only a pure soul can hear her song. Still, I think running away is the best option. One woman who heard the banshee's call was Margaret A. Murray. She was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1937. Her mother told her many stories about fairies, leprechauns, banshees, and other creatures from Irish folklore. However, she never believed these stories until one night when she heard a blood-curdling scream while walking home from work. It was late and the streets were empty. Yet the banshee's voice echoed eerily through the darkness. Though terrified, Murray couldn't help but feel strangely drawn to the sound. She stopped to listen, and that's when she felt the presence of something otherworldly, something ancient and powerful. Then suddenly, just as quickly as it started, the sound stopped. Shaken but unharmed, Murray continued her walk home, trying to convince herself that what she had heard was nothing but a figment of her imagination. But then strange things began to happen. Objects in her apartment seemed to move on their own, and whispers seemed to follow her everywhere she went. Murray soon realized that she was not alone, and that she had somehow become the target of the banshee's attention. Was she doomed to die? The answer might surprise you. You see, according to legend, when a banshee chooses a person, they can either die immediately or live a long life. If they want to cheat death, they must find a way to stop the banshee's cry. Otherwise, they will die young. Murray had heard the banshee's call, but she refused to accept her fate. Instead, she did everything she could to break the curse. First, she visited a local priest who performed an exorcism in her apartment. Then she tried to ignore the sounds and moved on with her life as usual. However, this didn't seem to help. One day while visiting a bookstore, Murray saw an old grimoire which claimed that appeasing a banshee could lift the curse. So she decided to give it a try. Murray bought the book and took it home. There she found instructions on how to perform a ritual that could satisfy the banshee and end her torment. Following the steps outlined in the grimoire, Murray placed flowers and candles near the windowsill facing out to the street. Then she waited. Soon, the smell of honeysuckle filled the air, and Murray heard a knock at the door. When she opened it, she saw a beautiful woman standing there. It was the banshee. She had come to collect what was rightfully hers. Murray knew what she had to do. With a calm voice, she invited the banshee in and offered her a chair. They talked for hours about Irish folklore and the power of the supernatural. And as the morning sun rose, the banshee vanished. The following day, Murray woke up feeling lighter than she had in months. The banshee's presence no longer tormented her, and she could finally move forward with her life without fear. Now, let's look at Bective Abbey. Bective Abbey is a ruined Gothic monastery located in County Meath, Ireland. Built in the 12th century by the Knights Templar, it was once an important religious center. But today it's mostly known for its haunting atmosphere and paranormal activity. Many visitors report experiencing strange phenomena within its grounds, from disembodied voices and footsteps to full-bodied apparitions that appear and interact with them. Some even claim to have seen ghostly animals roaming the grounds, including a headless horse. Bective Abbey may be a ruin today, but it's still a place of great power and mystery. In 1996, a group of ghost hunters spent the night in the Abbey as part of an investigation into its paranormal activity. They set up cameras and other equipment to capture any unusual occurrences. During their vigil, they witnessed several strange phenomena, including the apparition of a monk walking through the ruins. This sighting was captured on camera and later became known as the ghost of Brother Thomas. It's said that his spirit still wanders the grounds, searching for peace. In addition to the ghost of Brother Thomas, visitors have reported seeing the ghosts of other monks, as well as a woman in Victorian clothing and a headless horseman. Some have even reported hearing disembodied voices and footsteps echoing through the ruins. While the Abbey is open to the public, it's said that after dark, it's best to stay away. Finally, let's look at Brú na Bóinne. Brú na Bóinne, also known as the Hill of Tara, is an ancient burial site located in County Meath, Ireland. It dates back to the Neolithic period, making it over 5,000 years old. The site consists of several passage tombs and other archaeological remains that tell the story of Ireland's early inhabitants. It's believed that the hill was also used as a seat of power for the High Kings of Ireland during the early medieval period. Today, it's a popular tourist destination and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, what makes Brú na Bóinne so unique is its connection to the other world. According to Irish mythology, it was here that the Tuatha De Danann, a race of supernatural beings, first landed in Ireland. It's said that the hill is a gateway to the other world, a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest. Many visitors report feeling a sense of otherworldly energy while exploring the site, and some have even claimed to see ghostly apparitions and experience strange phenomena. One of the most famous sites associated with Brú na Bóinne is Newgrange, a large passage tomb that was built around 3200 BC. It's one of the oldest and most impressive examples of Neolithic architecture in Europe. The tomb is aligned with the winter solstice, meaning that on the shortest day of the year, the rising sun illuminates the entire passageway, creating a spectacular display of light and shadow. This phenomenon has led many to believe that Newgrange was used as a solar observatory as well as a burial site. But if you visit Newgrange, be careful. It's said that anyone who enters the tomb after dark will never escape. Whether these stories are true or false doesn't matter. The fun is in believing them. Now it's time to ask you a question. Are you afraid of the supernatural? If so, would you still dare to visit these places? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. Thanks for watching.